Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
It's December and I want it to snow on my computer screen in a window like this. So far I've gotten 5 flakes falling in unison, not quite what I'm looking for, but I'm going to continue working on it every day until the 24th and hopefully end up with something beautiful. Today I'm going to see if I can get more than just 5. And doing that requires me to clean up the code a bit. See, repeating lines like this, where the only change are these numbers, the number of every flake, it's really bad practice. It's basically the same line with just a single change, or a single thing varying. And when a single thing varies, we should really use a variable. Let's just say something like let I be 0. And then I could replace this with the letter or the variable I. Afterwards, I would be 1 more. And once again, I is now 1, so I can replace with I. And I increase I again. I have to remember the semicolon. Now I is 2, so I can replace 2 with I. And I can replace once again. You're starting to see the bad idea with this. It's even worse repeating than before. But I'm just going to continue. I will now be 4. And I can replace the number 4 with an I. Does this remind you of something? This repeated, and so forth. When I had to repeat these 2 lines a number of times, I put them inside a function, and then I used request animation frame to call that function again and again, so they were called with a slight delay and thus getting the animation. This time I actually want these 2 lines to be called again and again and again very, very quickly. So I could use a function and just call that, but then I would have to somehow make sure that I stop when I reaches 5, and it all gets a bit too complicated. So I'm going to use a for loop. For loops seem quite complicated, but I think it's just the way they are written. There's an initialization part, a condition part, a final expression, and a statement. But we actually do have most of those. We have an initialization here. That's the first thing that should happen before the loop. I should be set to 0. Then we have the statement. This is what should be done inside the loop, what should be repeated. And then we have what it's called here the final expression. It's a bit annoying that it's a final expression, but it's actually what gets done on every loop. So I'm just going to call it the expression. And then we just need the condition. And the condition is a bit like something in an if statement. Here we have if ypus is bigger than max or greater than max, then we reset. And here we have if, say it would be if I is smaller than 5, then we do the loop inside the for loop. So the way we write this, I'm just going to, I'm going to write it down here, just below. We say for, and then it was the initialization. That would be let I be equal to 0, a semicolon, and then it would be the condition, and it shouldn't be everything, just the part inside the if statement. So I is less than 5, and then the final expression, this one here, I++. And then, just like an if statement, we put the statement inside a couple of curly brackets. So I'm going to copy that inside there. So this replaces all this mess around here. And first I'm just going to uncomment it like this, and also uncomment all of this and save and see if it works. It does. Repeat. Yes, it seems to be working. Okay, so now for the next bit. This part up here could also use a for loop. And first I'm just going to copy it directly. Say this part, copy, paste up here. And in every single line we're going to take this and replace the number with the I. But as you notice, this part is different as well. It's 50, it's 100, it's 150, it's 200, it's 250. It increments by 50 every single time. So we could calculate it. But also it starts from 50. Maybe I want to start it from 25. So let's just make some values here, some new variables. Let start be not 50, let's say start as 25, and let increment be 50. Then the value here for each of them should have a value of start plus increment times I. The first time I would be 0, so increment times I would be nothing, and start plus nothing would be start. And then the next time I would be 1, so start plus increment times 1, that would be 50 times 1, 50, like here. So rather than adding the number here, I'm going to add the value, like this, and I'm going to uncomment all of this, and then see what happens. It should move 25 pixels to the left. It does. Ooh, it's magic. But I really wanted more than 5, and so far I've fixed my for loops to stop at 5. I need to, if I had more snowflakes, if I went here and just added 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they don't move. Only the first 5 moves, and this is a bit weird if I read. So I have 5 snowflakes moving, and then 1 that just sits there. Or actually 5 of them just sits there. So this number should really be the number of all the snowflakes, and I shouldn't have to count them myself. But if we just remember, when I looked at this in the console, it told me that there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then there's a length of 10. So I can actually ask for, if I copy all of this, I can ask for the number of snowflakes by saying flakes.length. Say there's 10. So if I write flakes.length rather than 5 here and here, then I have as many snowflakes as I've made in my HTML. Yay! That is what I wanted. Now I just have to clean up the code by removing all of these uncommented lines, and then I'm ready to commit. It took me quite a while, but now I have multiple falling snowflakes. Tomorrow I'll see if I can get them falling a little less in unison. See you then.
Let it snow.